morning everyone ស្ដីបងប្អូនទាំងអស់គ្នាបង Hello
Yes I can hear you
Okay អញ្ចឹងថ្ងៃនេះអរគុណបងទាំងអស់គ្នាដែលបានចូលរួម webinar ថ្ងៃនេះអញ្ចឹងយើងអាចចាប់ផ្ដើមបាន webinar ថ្ងៃហ្នឹងអូខេខ្ញុំសូមនិយាយអង់គ្លេសដោយសារ speaker យើងមកពី Autodesk ហ៎បង So thank everyone for joining our webinar today. So let me share my screen a little bit. Do you see my screen, right, everyone? Too?
Yes we can see
Yes, we can see. Yeah.
Yes, okay. Okay, thank again everyone for joining our webinar today. And as you know that during COVID-19 pandemic, most of the staff are working from home and remote work. So to be more productivity on remote work, you will need the solution that can help you more on collaboration among the team and more security on connectivity. So today we Softline and Autodesk are very happy to introduce you about Autodesk Construction Cloud. And today our webinar also have our speaker from Autodesk, Mr. Williams, Regional Manager Asia on Autodesk Construction Solutions. And he will present and demo in more detail about Autodesk Construction Cloud. And at the end of our webinars, we also have a gift for our attendee who fill in feedback form as well. So before William presentations, I just brief a little bit about Softline profile. I think most of the customer also knows about Softline, so I just take a few minutes to brief about Softline companies. So Softline is digital transformation and cybersecurity solution providers. We transform our customer from traditional way to digital one, and we also focus on security solution provider in Cambodia. And our experience, we have there are 25 years plus already in the market as IT solution providers, and we have more than 50 countries around the world branches, and we have employees more than 4,700 plus. We have a manager as a sales department more than 1,500. We have solution sales and technical 10,000 plus. So here is our branches, regions. We have in India, our HQ is at Russia, and we have Latin America, Eastern Europe, Central Asia, and South Asia. And most of the country in South Asia, we have in Thailand, Malaysia, Cambodia, Vietnam, Laos, yes, and so on. So here is our value vendors that we partner with, especially from Microsoft. We are globally partner with Microsoft, and we also partner with Autodesk here today. And we also partner with Adobe, VMware, Vim, Veritas, and for security, we also partner with Kaspersky as well, Symantec, EZ. And for hardware, we also partner with Dell, HP, and IBM. And yes, we also partner with Google and AWS. So if you have any requirement related to IT solution or cybersecurity, please contact us. We are happy to consult and offer you with a good solution. Yes, we also partner with Autodesk, and we also got work from Autodesk in 2020 as well. So without further delays, our topic today is Autodesk Construction Cloud. Like what I mentioned earlier, so during COVID-19, most of the staff are working from home, and we need to have the solution that can help you on collaborations among the team and more security on connectivity. That's why we bring you here today Autodesk Construction Cloud that can connect you with the team and data in every single step of constructions. And like you see in the slide here, from the whole picture, from the design, collaboration, coordination, estimation progress, until project close out. So without further delays, I would like to introduce Mr. William, who is Regional Manager Asia on Autodesk Construction Solution. We present and demo in more details about Construction Cloud. Okay, William.
Hey, hi, thank you very much.
Yeah,
Thank you once again. I'm very humbled to be here. Thanks for the introduction. So let me share my screen. A quick introduction before we go into the key topics today. Let me make sure that the sound is created because we want there'll be some videos along the way. I'll try to make it as smooth as possible to walk you through to begin with why are we doing this first. And Autodesk, as you are already aware, we are the creators of AutoCAD, creators of Revit, and a big thank you to you. We are one of the market leaders now in everywhere we go. So the ecosystem in the respective countries is already formed. The main contractors, the subcontractors, the consultants are already using our design operating tools. Maybe 2D, maybe 3D, they are also likely using Autodesk. So with that said, right, today we want to bring you a better way to collaborate together and more effective manner in a cloud environment. Why cloud? Is because I know it is going to be very hard working during this pandemic, and it's important where we want to bring you the latest technology, making sure that there's disruptive technologies that help you collaborate even better. Yeah. A bit quick introduction about myself. I believe Autodesk is one of a disruptive platform that's able to provide you a connected workflow and making sure that it's a fully integrated, allowing the digital delivery to be carried out in a more seamless manner from different stages, from design to construction to handover. So at the end of the day, objective is to eliminate abortive works and to have a better safety environment, a better quality, and eliminate cost overrun also. Of course, my personal hobbies is to invest heavily into disruptive technology. I'm an investor in Tesla, I'm an investor in NEO, I'm an investor in Autodesk itself as well. So I hope that we can add value during this pandemic to bring you a new norm of working. Yeah, and what is the current situation before I start to show you other solutions that we have that can help you. Let's take a step back. Everybody knows that 35% of the time is really wasted on replying emails, filling up paperwork, and talking about working on wrong, outdated drawings. All these things resulted in a 280 billion abortive works. So, and we were looking at all the key statistics. What actually drive this is because 95% of the data that is coordinated is unused on construction site. So regardless whether we did well in the design operating, we did out the 2D drawings, we did out the 3D models, once information is coordinated, it gets stuck in the office. It doesn't allow people to access to the data that's approved. That cause a lot of abortive works and miscommunication on site. What we really want to do is to bring you the cloud technology to help you resolve all these key challenges that people told us. To approve drawings and the BIM to site, currently they do not have a good way to bring the BIM model to site. And converting to IFC is a waste of time and data risk, interoperability is affected. And talking about cannot track changes and talking about people also having the issue of getting the right information to the site. And we cannot remember what is discussed during the meeting. And there's so many RFI, right, on and off from start of project. There's a discrepancy in design. How are we able to communicate more effectively? It's almost impossible using emails to trace the response, even by stakeholders, because the other party that you're sending an RFI or a request for approval has tons of email coming in their Dropbox. How can they manage to respond to you if they can't track what's incoming and it's important? So we want to walk away also from the paper process that arise a lot of audit issues, and all these paper process on checklists that go missing. All these bring issues to the ground on daily basis. Okay, and we also understand that design doesn't stop in changing. It keeps changing until how do we identify what changed? And it's important to understand among all changes, who approved the change, and what is the impact of the change in terms of quantity, and what is the impact of the change in terms of the costing as well. So all these are interrelated, but how do we manage change in a more optimized manner? That is something that we are looking at. It is almost impossible. We also found out that if you are managing changes using a current processes that you have, having tons of emails, WhatsApp, different mobile application app running all over the place, different data containers running all over the place, where is your single source of truth? How do we track where is the actual version? It's almost impossible. And that is also one of the key things. These are good tools that is used on daily activities, but then when it comes to a project environment, it's almost impossible to keep track of where will be the latest info we should be referencing to. So what we want is to bring you to a cloud environment to increase the collaboration among different companies coming together to make sure that the construction is carried out in a more effective manner, to make sure that there's transparency in communication, to make sure that everybody is able to reference to the latest drawings, and to connect the real 2D and 3D experience without the need for you to download from the cloud environment. So many times people say, I have to download, open in Revit and see again. Why not straight away open up Revit directly in the cloud using our technology? Why not open more than 50 native format directly in our Autodesk Construction Cloud? Even it may be 2D, PDF, you can do markups directly in the cloud. Why you need to download? Yeah, and when you download it, it's taking unnecessary manpower. And what we want is also to drive communication and response in a more accurate manner. And we are going to come out with standardization so that everybody know where are the data to be found. Folder structure has to be in place. And at the end of the day, before we can do everything, if you don't digitalize, you cannot integrate workflow. If you don't integrate workflows, you cannot optimize the response. So all these are connected. Again, we are talking about connected teams, connected workflows, connected data. Okay, and it's very important to go take a step back to understand how are we able to connect people coming from different offices and different stage of the project to work more effectively on the drawing submission, model submission, talking about asset submission, cost submission, data and analytics. How are they able to make use of data information to move from design stage to plan stage to build stage and eventually to handover stage in a more optimized manner? Okay. And that basically breaks down into three simple verticals, talking about in what the verticals that is in Autodesk Construction Cloud consists of collaborate, take off, and build. Okay, these are tools that is critical and that is important, meant for different stakeholders and different persona based on their role and responsibility. Okay, I will go further into details, but let's take a step back again. We can't do all this effectively if there is no connected common data environment. Okay, if you do not have this as a fundamental setup, everybody again do not have a reference point, then it's very confusing. Okay, insights, of course, talk about dashboarding. Just now in the video that it was shown, you're talking about administrative support, talking about able to set up who have access to which folder and folder permission. So in a nutshell, we support both workflows. It may be in BIM workflow that you are already in, or maybe just 2D and PDF workflows approvers. All these things are important. I listed out the different personas. BIM team, BIM managers, BIM modelers will be using Collaborate. The QS, eventually all this model that has been communicated and approved and coordinated will be brought into a simple to use software to extract out information from the BIM model that is approved. Okay. It can also allow you to do takeoff on your PDF and DWG drawings. So we are supporting both BIM and 2D workflows. Okay. And at the end of the day, it's also important to understand how information once taken off is brought into construction phase, where everybody is fully aware which drawings is the latest drawings, which drawings is approved. And once we are able to do that, we are bridging data that is coming from the CDE, Connected Common Data Environment, into the field for construction. That would definitely drive better business outcome. Okay. Taking another step back, we will look further into details. Autodesk Docs, which is the key and core element, is now given free as an entitlement that comes with BIM Collaborate, Takeoff, and Build. Okay, so everybody who already have AC collection can immediately also access to Autodesk Docs as an entitlement. That's something that Autodesk really want to add value and to help you give a optimized platform for everybody to bring their own license from different company to come and work together and do submissions of their 2D drawings and their BIM submission. As simple as that goes, this system is very sophisticated, okay, but easy to use, allowing you to have document control, document versioning, document approvers, and talking about even opening up in native format, more than 50 formats, allowing you to view markups and do your approvals in a more effective manner. And once only this is formed, then we look into details. How can we make use of the data that was submitted in the platform to do more things, more important things like coordination, talking about taking off, talking about how we bring data that is approved to site for construction. Okay. So introducing you Autodesk Docs as a connected data environment, some of the use case that we have, this is on and on one of our many customers that have used us, our doc system, to create their connected data environment where they are able to collaborate more effectively, not only internally, but also with their contractors that they are awarded the project to construct. So they are also using our platform to get their certification of 19650. ISO 19650 is an important trend that is coming in because of so much data, immense data coming from the BIM team. How do we manage it in a more optimized manner? That is what ISO 19650 objective is to resolve. Okay. We'll give some examples of how information is in work in progress, how they move into shared upon approved. Okay, sorry. Give me a minute. Okay, sorry of my incoming phone, I forget to mute it. Okay, so what is information is going to be approved and shared, eventually to publish. And what does it mean? Information that is not validated is work in progress. Okay, information that is already shared eventually will be reviewed by the different consultants. And once the consultant approve it, this information is meant for field, meant for construction. And eventually, when information is already constructed, as-built drawings will go into this folder. So what do? We do in a way that we have the ability to support you not only the folder structure, that once approvals are given, we are able to move information from one container to another container so that you're able to locate which state of approval are they in. Okay. And folder structures also can be set up by different trades and such that different people, based on their persona, based on their account, can view, create, edit, and even access to different folders. For instance, if you set up a cost folder, the cost folder may be only open up to the contract team. If you are a plumbing and sanitary contractor, you can only view the plumbing and sanitary contractor folders that are the main concept for you. All this can be done a lot of flexibility in making sure that the environment is secure. And workflows approvers no longer need to use email. You just need to do the submission. At the end of the day, all the necessary approvers, okay, will be in place for you. We'll set it up before the project starts. So it makes this more seamless. If you want a parallel workflow, because different consultants has to be in the review, in a node, then we set up a parallel workflow. If you think that it will be a sequence workflow, and up to 6-step approval can be adopted for your projects. And once these things it drives a lot of consistency in how data move from one container to another container without you manually download and upload again. Okay. And we're talking about the power of Autodesk Docs, right? That is the fundamental of how we view submissions. How are we able to understand what submission has been done by different stakeholders? When we click on a different file, we know it's already in version 6. We can have some dispute and eventually say, okay, we decided to go back to version 5 and we can make current. We can roll back to what has been agreed formally. Okay, and we can also view native format in Beam submission. Okay, or understanding what has changed compared to the previous submission. That adds a lot of value in understanding what you are going to approve. We can also compare changes on 2D drawings, PDF, understanding current version versus previous version. What has been moved? The wall has been removed, the wall has been repositioned. All this is all intact. Okay. And you just make a lot of sense, right? You get so much summation during the design stage, plan stage, build stage. If you don't have versioning, I don't know how you're going to manage data. That is something that we feel that is very important to have Autodesk docs to begin with. And all stakeholders is submitting the wrong file is one of the common issue. And once you submit you name the files differently, you're almost impossible to search again. Let me quickly bring you through a video how our 19650 naming convention allow you to set.
Standards like ISO 19650 define the collaborative processes for managing information over the project lifecycle. Without a standardization document control process, teams waste countless hours looking for the most up-to-date information. Ensuring consistent document control is key to meeting project requirements and avoiding rework. With workflows that support the ISO 19650 standard in the Autodesk Construction Cloud platform, teams can efficiently configure, organize, and distribute documents across the project lifecycle. Let's see how teams are ensuring consistency and creating a single source of truth with customizable and automated workflows. Create, manage, and enforce a naming standard across project files to ensure standardization. Project admins can easily create the naming standard for the project using the ISO 19650 template. Admins need to customize the standard attribute fields that will be required at upload and add additional attributes if desired. After configuring the naming standard, admins can then apply the naming standard to selected empty folders and subfolders. Naming standards can be updated before files are uploaded to the folder the naming standard is applied to. Admins can easily reorder the naming fields and related attributes, remove them, add new ones, or configure constraints. Files uploaded to a naming standard enforced folder will need to conform with the naming standard before being uploaded. The validator will check if the inputted text is corresponding to the naming standard defined by the project admin. Users can easily update the necessary fields with drop-down menu selections. Team members can also choose to add or remove files while on the validator screen. To save time, users can select multiple files to rename. On the bulk edit window, users can edit the corresponding fields for all selected files. If the project admins enable the holding area, files with conforming names will be uploaded. The non-conforming files will be sent to the holding area. Users can navigate to the holding area to continue the renaming of documents.
Okay, I'll take a pause here. I think due to time, I will just stop here. Basically, what I just showed is to allow you to make sure that everything that is submitted, you use the system to validate them before you allow the person who submit to successfully upload to you. So what does it mean for you? It means that every stakeholders that is submitting files onto the common data environment will now need to validate their naming convention. And what does it mean again? It means that you are able to locate the data that is submitted to you in a more optimized way. You are using the system to filter out non-compliance. So at the end of the day, data is usable. It's more usable when the project ended. You're able to locate the data easily based on the naming convention. But we also understand beside common data environment, there are many things that we need else to do. People have told us we need to do the RFI, we need to do visual check, we need to document our meeting minutes, we need to make sure that approvals are done in a seamless manner, tender documentation is done in an optimized way, folder structure is already preset. All this information, all these additional functions are already embedded in the Autodesk Construction Cloud. Okay, this is part of our Autodesk build. Okay, and how do we get this data from? It's coming information to begin with, coming from the field. Okay, how we gather data coming back from the field, connecting the office approvals and the field usage. And once the information has been done and made available in the field, when people go for site inspection, they can easily log into the mobile app. Okay, and why do we understand all these things are important? Okay, because we know in the current situation, the office CDE is disconnected to the field. And the 90% of cost overrun happened during construction is because they couldn't access to the latest data that is approved in the office. Regardless whether you have the best connectivity of the CDE, you can't connect to the field, then everything done in the office is wasted. Yeah. And how do I get the data? Of course, this is built. You look at the interconnectivity that we have. Once with the CDE done, we are able to exercise things that were mentioned, meeting minutes, document them for quality, safety, costing, and project closeout. Okay, and what we did was eventually might have a platform that allow office planning information that's already submitted, done, approved, will be published to the field for the ease of use. And we have actually acquired Autodesk, acquired PlanGrid mobile app to facilitate this connectivity. And this is a game changer because everybody told us the application is so easy to use on the field that it drives productivity among all stakeholders. Okay. And these are some testimonial coming from customers when we launched this Autodesk build in March. And everybody is saying that how are we able to help cater to individual workflows so that people is working in a more consistent manner? How am I able to get to one place to see my RFI that has been submitted? And all these things are driving more better communication. Eventually, all these things just drive additional productivity and return on investment. And when we mentioned about approvals submit to you, you can preset and mention which are the project folders and which are the data that you want to push. And once approved, it will be pushed to for the field for construction. So all this information is important to make sure that only information that is published according to 19650 is made available and open for the field for construction. Okay. And talking about drawings, right? Now we can even support not only PDF, but also approve Revit models that come with the sheets intact. Without you converting to PDF, we allow you to have a shortcut to push all these drawings that is in the Revit model directly to the field. And it breaks down the individual sheets into breakdown into individual sheets for you. It will read the title block, automate the title number, reading OCR technology, reading from the drawings, and eventually we are able to make everything searchable. All the metadata inside this drawing can be picked up. Okay, I repeat again, data. For instance, I'm looking for chairman room. Okay, system will look into all these drawings and filter out only those that has the word chairman room inside the drawing. Okay, using our OCR technology, we are making this available, not only supporting published sheets from Revit, also supporting PDF that consultants may give you. So at the end of the day, once we are able to make sure that data from Office is more usable on site, that will drive more return on investment. We are even able to have versioning comparison on the field. And there's so much people telling us, hey, William, so much changes until I don't know what changed. You know? By turning on this advancement of features that is requested by the market, we are easily able to identify what changed from version 1 versus version 2 before we construct it. That gives a lot of confidence to all stakeholders. And all the detailed drawings is automatically linked for you so that you don't have to bring the wrong detailed drawings to the site anymore. You can just click on detailed drawings, it will search for the detailed drawings and bring you the detailed drawings directly. Yeah. It drives a lot of productivity gain and it increases safety on site because we eliminate or reduce the time spent on site looking for the right drawings. Okay. And I think we want to emphasize again, the connected CDE is very important. It's very important such that we are able to bridge information directly from the field. Just one more video. Yeah.
Without efficient document management, construction teams waste countless hours looking for the right information. Having accurate information at your fingertips is key to avoiding mistakes and staying on schedule. With the document management capabilities in Autodesk Build, teams can easily organize, distribute, and share files across the project lifecycle. Let's see how teams are ensuring project success by centralizing documents and creating a single source of truth. A structured document control process ensures the right information is in the right hands, keeping project teams in sync and on track. This starts by setting permissions for all project members at either a folder or subfolder level. Teams can choose to share a folder or file with just project members or to other project collaborators. Customize sharing with version options and link expiration dates for additional control. Send transmittals to specific users, roles, or companies. Customize view permissions and include messages, keeping all stakeholders updated. Team members can also quickly find the information they need by filtering searches by folders or files, file types, versions, and custom attributes. And for team members in the field, files can be synced to mobile devices by uploading into the For the Field folder. Document versioning helps manage the sharing and distribution of new versions or changes to models and drawings, keeping everyone on the same page. Versions automatically get updated with clear indicators when new files are uploaded. Teams can easily compare file versions by overlaying and aligning them on top of each other with color outlines. Through intuitive approval review capabilities, teams can facilitate, control, and automate the review and distribution of project drawings, models, and other documents before publishing and sharing with the project team. Once templates are set up, team members can create a new review by selecting a pre-made template, adding files, notes if needed, and clicking Submit. Users can choose to notify reviewers and other project members with an email message to keep all stakeholders in the loop. When approving, reviewers can choose to add comments and markups and select the approval status. Identify and prioritize critical design and engineering problems before they create delays and cost overruns during construction with collaboration tools such as markups and issues. Communicate details on drawings or models with line, shape, or text markups. Additionally, users can create and assign design issues directly on a drawing or model to resolve errors. Field teams need to be able to quickly view the most up-to-date design files, online or offline. Drag and drop PDF files or select an existing file to upload as a sheet. Next, create a new or select an existing version set. Optimal character recognition technology scans, links, and labels sheets, optimizing them to load instantly on any device. To finish the upload, create rules to standardize sheet numbering and add or edit tags. Once uploaded, users can view sheets on the Sheets list page. Choose to organize disciplines in the order they were uploaded or another custom order, and easily view associated sheets. Lastly, enhance team collaboration with auto-hyperlinked sheet callouts, which enable users to compare or jump to a different sheet with a single click. Or leverage advanced markups, such as hyperlinking to RFIs or attaching photos to streamline workflows across the office and the field. Start centralizing document management, saving
Yep, and I think with that, right, we are coming to the end of my presentation. The video actually highlighted certain things that I've mentioned. Why I highlighted, I think it's important to let you know there's a better way to work. And we also see that because a lot of people is already on AutoCAD, Revit, and Navisworks, so how are we able to use this advanced technology, but yet simple to use cloud technology to the market so that you are able to help you have a better return on investment. And talking about predictive insights, they're gathering back from the field, allow you to have data that you are able to make a more well-informed decision for next steps to resolve it so that you're able to improve cost, time, and money. So at the end of the day, what we want is to really have a word with those people who are very interested to improve the way they work and to understand how are we able to help you together with Softline, how are we able to come in and understand how are you able to optimize a better environment for everybody to work on your projects. Okay, and we are some simple things that together with me and William Toh and Softline. William Toh is actually our deployment specialist, partner service manager, talking about how are we able to define and understand the processes that you currently have. How are you able to set out a photo structure for your future projects to be used? How are we able to come a rule to say that how the BIM collaboration can be more effective? Step 3 is optional. It's only meant for people who intend to do the BIM methodology. Of course, we not forgetting we also support 2D workflows. Talking about making sure that information is also set up in the approval process is also done in a more consistent manner. The way you approve these drawings will be the same way you approve the next project to come. So this is not only talking at project level, it's also maybe applicable at company level. So you're talking about making sure that your company, you have a connected CDE, that your QA, QC, quality and safety team is able to make use of information that is already communicated and approved from the office. And at the end of the day, coming out a training that is personalized for your company, that works over Zoom meeting, how we're going to train you in a more effective manner and optimized way to make sure that your system is, people are already there, system is already set up before you go live. So these are some simple steps that we take now, and we want to make sure that we bring you and guide you along the way. So we definitely look forward to any questions or anything that you may have, and any follow-up opportunities that can work together with Softline. Yeah, with that, I actually end my sharing today. So welcome to ask any questions. Yeah, thank you very much.
Yes, really thank Mr. William for your good presentation and on Autodesk Construction Cloud, especially Autodesk Build. So everyone, yes, like William presentation, Autodesk Construction Cloud is a unified platform and powerful solution that connect you, all the team member, workflow and data in every single step of construction to reduce risk, maximize efficiency, and increase profitability. So is there any question? Please feel free to ask us. Yes, we have a question in the chat groups. How much for each license level package does it count by number of user or house?
Okay, that's a good question. Okay, so Autodesk, just now you look at BIM Collaborate. BIM Collaborate is meant for the BIM team. So it really depends on how big your BIM team. You have the architect coordinator, structure coordinator. Then they are need to equip with those licenses. And every BIM Collaborate or even Autodesk Takeoff or Autodesk Build will come with docs as an entitlement. That is the one that connects the team together. So you only buy the license that you are based on your role and responsibility. So of course we do have understand that during this pandemic, we also are mindful that we want to help you scale your business in a more logical manner. So we normally will work together with Softline to say that, okay, if in the event, if the project is coming to come on board and every stakeholder is coming on board for one project, we can work out a special price support via Softline to you. Yeah. There's another question they're talking about. MS Office team is more on office worker.
Yes, William, can you differentiate between Microsoft Teams and our Autodesk doc?
I see. So
William, so let me
yeah.
just elaborate. So the question is more like, we are not just a document folder. Autodesk Construction Docs is not just a document folder. So what's the difference that, I think the audience is trying to find out, that what's the difference for us when we set up a document folder like the way that we do in MS Teams? Because construction is a workflow that's shared with the different stakeholders. So on the screenshot, just now we talked about the ISO. Maybe you can elaborate a little bit what some of the Autodesk Construction Cloud standards, and how does it mean that we share with the different stakeholders? Because that differentiates us from MS Teams.
Okay. Oh, okay. I see. So I think thanks for adding in, Xiaomi. Now I understand it, because team also is like Dropbox, right? You can actually save your files there.
Exactly.
Yeah. So I didn't really catch it just now. Sorry. Okay. Now I catch it. Okay. So basically, the differentiation factor, the key difference is that we open not only native format like Revit, we open Revit directly in the cloud. Team cannot open. So what will happen is that end up the stakeholders need to download from team the Revit file and use the Revit license to open up the Revit model. Okay, that is the biggest pain. And team cannot allow you to compare changes for every submission. Even PDF, you cannot compare version 1 versus version 2. We can compare version 1 versus version 2 without the need to download. So everything is done in the cloud. What will happen when you start to download and upload, right? Information you will forget to upload back, and information will be lost in when you do the download. And it takes up a lot of data. Every time you download, upload, it just takes a lot of data just for comparison. Why not do it more effectively in the cloud and increase productivity? Secondly, that Xiaomi mentioned, ISO 19650, move information upon approval to your predestinated folder. Okay, for instance, people who submit to you may be a shared state. A shared state means that it has not been validated by the stakeholders. Once the stakeholders validate, you can actually push it to your predestinated folder under approved stage, which is published stage. And those drive those rule-based approval, moving from one container to another container, adds a lot of data integrity to the field. Okay, to the field means that when people is published to the field, they are able to log in from their mobile device to find the approved data to work on it. Okay, mobile application is important. Day-on-day basis, we need to access to what are the issues assigned to me, and I can view it from my Autodesk built mobile app. For team, I doubt they can do that because it's just meant for office. So the connectivity to the field is totally lost, and we cannot have hyperlink automatic call out for you in team. But in Autodesk Construction Cloud, we are actually a purpose-based application in the cloud to make sure that this domain, in construction domain, in build domain, is made perfectly to do your job more effectively. Yeah. Any other questions? I think it's a good question. Welcome any questions.
I think what we can suggest here is that if any of the interested customer needs to understand how this workflow looks like, because we know that this one webinar will not be able to cover a lot of rich information, welcome to contact Softline team, and perhaps we can have a one-to-one conversation, because it really depends on so-called which organization you come from. Like, if you come from a general contractor or you come from a subcontractor, it's a very different needs. So we're here to cater for the whole construction market, and our solution is totally what we can think from it, from a start to the end, from a design to build. So definitely we know today it has a limited time for us to talk so much things. So we welcome you to connect to us, and we can definitely do a discovery session with you to help you to unlock your workflows and find out how can you digitalize all this so that you can really drive some innovation and productivity.
Yep. Definitely look forward to any opportunity to work together. I think disruptive technology is important. So we want to work together with Softline and you to see how can we bring in this ease of use platform so that to help you increase your productivity on the ground and communication increase also.
And also, William, just to make use of this time, can you also touch a little bit more that we don't just support from 3D perspective, though we always talk about the BIM model, but definitely many of our solutions support from a 2D PDF drawing perspective, because obviously we know that as much as we love our BIM models, many of our construction in our Asia markets is still looking at that big A3 sheet. So how could they start from there?
Yeah, I think it's a good way to, that's a very good question, 𝐀𝐿𝐿. I think one of the key questions that always come from the ground is that the consultants are always submitting to us, not in BIM model anyway. The consultants are giving us a PDF, and inside the PDF, there will be 50 drawings inside the PDF. Okay, and now with our system, right, we are able to make use of our system, our OCR technology, to break those 50 PDF into individual drawing. Okay, individual drawing, why? Passing through our OCR technology, it scans again the title block and the title name, it populates it and make it usable on the mobile app. And now, whenever the consultant submit to you a version 2, okay, that consists of 50 PDF drawings inside, okay, in one file. Okay, when we push it to OCR technology, we know which one is changed, which one is not changed. Because based on the versioning, we can now compare version 1 versus version 2. It will be highlighted in different color. So yes, our platform supports a PDF workflow perfectly. And in fact, it helps. That's the reason why we decided to acquire PlanGrid mobile app. This patent technology that we had was actually from PlanGrid mobile app that we decided to acquire it back 2 years back and merge into Autodesk Construction Cloud.
Thanks, William. I think that is so. As we have all said, this session is will be so much to cover. So we welcome, as I said, all people here to connect to us, but reach out to Softline, and then we can have one-to-one sessions. So Sok Heng, I think today we cover all the questions over here already, and it sounds like you have also get back your feedback form.
Okay, so everyone please have to fill in the feedback forms. So we will have a gift for you as well for feedback form. So if you have any requirement or interested in our solutions, please feel free to contact us. We can arrange a meeting to discuss further. Okay, so I would end our webinar here. So we really thank and appreciate for your valuable time today to attend our webinars, and hope you enjoy and interested in our solution.
Thank you very much once again, Softline for holding. Thank you very much. Thank you.